This committee report highlights the following major findings. Number 1, the Mamasapano incident is clearly a massacre, not simply a so-called misencounter. Number 2, the concerned members of the MILF, BIFF, and other armed groups murdered and robbed the 44th PNP SAF commandos. Number 3, former PNP Chief Alan Purisima committed usurpation of authority or official functions, violating Article 177 of the Revised Penal Code. In addition, an administrative complaint may be filed with the Ombudsman against Purisima for grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interests of the service. A petition to cite him in contempt may also be filed with the Ombudsman. Number 4, ex-SAF Chief Getulio Napeñas committed grave misconduct, inefficiency, and incompetence in the performance of official duties and for conduct prejudicial to the best interests of service under the revised rules on administrative cases in civil service. As to the President, he is ultimately responsible for the Mamasapano mission. Siya na po mismo nagsabi noon, bilang Pangulo at Commander-in-Chief, pasan ko naman po ang responsibilidad para sa anumang resulta, sa anumang tagumpay, pasakit o trahedya na maaari nating matamasa sa paghahangad ng pangmatagalang seguridad at kapayapaan. He assented to Purisima's unlawful exercise of official functions, particularly the latter's usurpation of authority of official functions. The President relied on and directly coordinated with the suspended PNP chief, as it was shown that he continued to communicate with the latter on Auckland Exodus based on testimonies and evidence presented in the public hearing. Likewise, there are indications that the planning and execution of the botched mission were not 100% Filipino planned and implemented. U.S. personnel played a role in the training for and monitoring of the said operation. The committees found that the United States substantially invested in the entirety of Auckland Exodus. They provided equipment, training, and intelligence. However, this raises the question of whether the PNP leadership would have entered into such a risky and hazardous operation without the support of the United States and the $5 million reward offered for Marwan's capture. It is imperative that any president display unquestionable leadership, be forthright and candid with our people, accept the responsibilities for decisions made and mistakes perhaps along the way. Nobody is infallible. The President and other high-ranking government officials could have done more under the circumstances to prevent or minimize the number of deaths that jolted the nation. Maring meron pa sana silang ginawa. At yun po pinag-aaralan namin at pinag-aralan namin para hindi na maulit-muli ang ganitong klaseng trahedya. Had the President and key security officials who were with him in Zamboanga, namely Secretary Mar, Secretary Volkesmin, OIC Chief Espina, and also General Katapang, discussed the incident and shared information clearly and openly in the early stages of the tragic day, coordination between the Army and the PNP might have been hastened and fewer lives could have been lost. Since he was familiar with the plan, the President might have stepped in and displayed stronger positioning and leadership regarding the rescue operations if he was given the proper information. In police and military operations, decisions are made by ground commanders. And this is clear, even in the BOI report, that the ground commander has the ultimate responsibility. However, in that instance, strong interagency coordination could have been easily ordered. In his defense, the President said he was given inaccurate information. And I think that we were able to validate that also with the texts made available to us. Even the President himself was asking, if you say that there are only this many unfriendly forces or enemies, why are we retreating if we are not outnumbered? These are some of the legitimate questions that the President was not given information to. And he was also he was also led to believe that there was coordination with the AFP. As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President wields great power and has vast resources at his disposal. The decision of the President and his men not to use those resources immediately to prevent the carnage must be explained. For the pursuit of justice, the peace that we seek must be based on justice, where the rule of law reigns supreme and where violators are brought before the bar of justice. The blood and heroism of the SAC 44 must not be dishonored. Our people will accept no less.